I'm Jacob Hornberger, Libertarian Party candidate for president. I grew up on a farm on the Rio Grande, and I spent close to half my life on the border. I've seen this ongoing, never-ending, perpetual immigration crisis all my life. America's system of immigration controls, which both Republicans and Democrats have brought into existence, is part of the federal government's death machine. We don't know exactly how many people the death machine has killed over the last 50 years or so, but it certainly has to number in the millions. And this immigration system, which has killed thousands upon thousands of immigrants, is certainly part of this death machine. Whether we're talking about immigrants that die in the backs of 18-wheelers, or drowning in the Rio Grande, or dying of thirst on some lonely desert in the American Southwest, or even with a bullet fired at them by a Border Patrol agent, it's all the same. It's all part and parcel of this aspect of the federal killing machine that Republicans and Democrats have converted the federal government into. And then there's the immigration police state we have to consider that they've brought into existence in the American Southwest along the border. You've got warrantless trespasses and searches of people's ranches and farms along the border. You've got highway checkpoints where people are subjected to extensive searches. That's how they caught Willie Nelson with marijuana. You've also got roving Border Patrol searches where they essentially stop whoever they want. Warrantless boarding of Greyhound buses to check people's papers. And then you've got, of course, that Berlin Wall that both Democrats and Republicans continue to build, which has been built based on legalized stealing of people's land through the abuse of eminent domain. This crisis is a perfect reflection of what the famous economist Ludwig von Mises called planned chaos. What he was referring to was the socialist principle of central planning. And that's what you've got here. You've got a socialist principle. Well, we all know that socialism has proven to be the bane of mankind. You've got a system here where a group of politicians and bureaucrats honestly believe that they possess the requisite knowledge and expertise to plan the movements of people, peaceful movements of people across borders, millions of people. Cannot be done. It's what the Libertarian Nobel Prize winning economist Friedrich Hayek called the fatal conceit of the planner. Their system cannot fix this system. One of my favorite phrases in this whole controversy is comprehensive immigration reform. You see that in the mainstream press all the time, where commentators are saying, why can't they just pass comprehensive immigration reform? What a ridiculous term. There is no reform that can fix an inherently defective system. And that's what this is. It's an inherently defective system because it's based on this socialist principle of central planning. Planned chaos. There is only one solution to this ongoing, never-ending, perpetual immigration crisis. And that solution is open borders. Genuine open borders. The free movements of goods, services, and people across international borders, just like we do here domestically, where people freely cross state borders without meeting some kind of guard or immigration control station. People crossing back and forth, retaining their citizenship, investing, touring, working, what have you. There is no other solution. With this solution, open borders, this part of the federal government's killing machine comes to an immediate end because people are now crossing borders like human beings. This is the only solution that is consistent with sound economic principles, that is, principles of the free market and free enterprise, which is our heritage as Americans. Most important, this is the only solution that is consistent with religious principles, such as, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, which is, as any Christian will tell you, God's second greatest commandment. I'm Jacob Hornberger, Libertarian Party candidate for president.